You are tuned to Anubhav 2.0 podcast from senior citizens, catalyzed and supported by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India, through National Institutes for Social Defense and Media for Community Foundation. The project is conceived and designed by Dr. R. Sridhar and supported by Ashish Tiwari, Pooja Murada, Sai Sudha and Kaushalya.
Greetings from Covaivani. We have with us Professor Mahipal Jain, an electrical engineer by profession who has held many important posts in the University of Roorkee, which from 2001 is the Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee. Professor Jain has headed training, industrial liaison and placement and was the director of Alternate Hydro Energy Center there. He has also, to his credit, setting up of the Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Park, as well as the Department of Management Studies in IIT Roorkee. Even post-retirement, he has been instrumental in setting up 4 universities. Let us now hear from him in more detail. Over to Professor Jain. Welcome to Covaivani, Professor Mahipal Jain. It's indeed a very fascinating journey for a young boy who was born and brought up in a small town in Uttar Pradesh to scale great heights and ultimately retire as the Chancellor of IMS Unison University. We are eager to hear from you and learn from your experiences. How was your first transition from Kairana to Roorkee?
Yeah, it is like this, that I studied in a small town, Shamli, and my elder brother was studying for his civil diploma in University of Roorkee. At that time, I visited him and I had occasion to visit University of Roorkee also. After visiting University of Roorkee, I was so fascinated that those who have visited University of Roorkee, they know there is a statue of Kotle in the main building. And I was so fascinated and excited that I prayed before a statue of Kotle that I should be given opportunity by God Almighty to study in this university. And when I completed my class 12, which was known as intermediate at that time, I appeared for entrance exam which was held by University of Roorkee and which was a very coveted examination. And anybody who was selected, it was like a lottery. Because out of 14,000, only 300 were selected. And there were at that time, in 1961, only 10 or 12 good engineering colleges in whole of India. That's it.
Then actually, University of Roorkee is the first institution for technical education in the whole of British Empire. That itself is a great credit to the institution, isn't it? It's more than 150 years old now. So it's great.
No, actually, it started in 1847, and that was the first engineering college in whole of British Empire or Commonwealth, which is known today.
Yes.
And it is worth noting, at that time, there was no engineering college in UK. Okay. And the reason, curiously, was that the University of Cambridge and Oxford thought that it is not fit for them to teach engineering, which can be learnt only by experience and practice.
So, for hands-on experience and education, this was started in India.
Let me tell you that there is membership of Institute of Engineers. At that time in UK, you can work and appear for examinations conducted by Institute of Engineers UK. And if you become member after passing examinations, you were considered equivalent to B.
Arey wah. That's great.
Yeah. And that practice is continuing in India, but now Government of India has recognized that.
Okay. You have many firsts to your credit when you were in Roorkee. If I remember right, Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Park, HEC, Alternate Hydro Energy Center. These were your two brainchilds, I think. Am I right?
Let me tell you that Science and Technology Park was my dream child. And I got an idea after I visited BITS Ranchi.
Okay.
I saw one Science and Technology Park working there. And I had opportunity to develop Science and Technology Park in University of Roorkee, now IIT Roorkee.
Yeah.
And we were able to train our students for entrepreneurship. I had also occasion to visit various science technology parks in UK and USA, and I learnt a lot from that visit.
Great.
Another thing you are mentioning that alternate hydro energy center was on verge of closing.
Oh.
And 60 families were supposed to be laid out. Vice Chancellor called me to draft a letter of termination for these employees. But I asked that why can't we revive AHEC? And he said how? I told that if we work hard, we will get grants from government of Uttar Pradesh and central government. And so it happened. Let me tell you another achievement which I can call to my credit for starting Department of Management Studies.
Yeah, I was coming to that next, but I thought these two, STEP and HEC, are in fact the most important contributions because today we see so many startups and the innovation is the actual thing which works today. And then again, or without alternate energy, it's difficult for the world itself to carry on. So I also was about to ask about Department of Management Studies. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, let me also tell you that the students trained by me in Science and Technology Park are now employing themselves 500 employees of their own.
It's a very proud moment for you.
As far as Department of Management Studies is concerned, Vice Chancellor Dr. N.C. Nigam asked me that please start Department of Management Studies. I told him that I have no qualification for management, so how can I do that? He said, you don't have qualification, but you have experience. So you please start, and once a professor is appointed, then you can hand over to that professor. Professor V.K. Nangia was the appointee in the Department of Management Studies. And after inauguration in August 2098, I offered him in October 98 that he should take over as head of management department. But he said if I resign as head of the department, he will resign as professor and head professor of management studies. He said that I am good in academics of management and you are expert in administration. So you hold the post of head of and you look after administration and I will look after the academics. Let me tell you that which we started 1998. Now it is one of the topmost departments in the country.
It has to be with a very deadly combination of both Professor Jain and Professor Nangia. So
it is true because Nangia had fascination for academics. Let me tell you, he started event which was known as Cognizance.
Yes.
And now it has flourished into Thomso of University of Roorkee and IIT Roorkee.
Great.
That we started during that time.
Great. How was your experience as a professor in charge of training and placement in Roorkee?
That was
after it became IIT Roorkee, isn't it?
No. I was professor in charge from 1980 to 2004.
Okay.
And it became IIT only in 2001.
Oh, great.
But as a professor in charge, can you believe that I gave Infosys 39th slot? And I told them if you want to come, you are welcome to come at 39th slot. Otherwise, we'll be happy without you. But they came on 39th slot also. We were able to place our students in best of companies because I was telling the companies, if you don't select some of our students, that will be your loss and gain of some other company.
Correct. How was the rapport with the students?
I had excellent rapport, but I was a strict disciplinarian. When I was professor in charge, we were holding pre-placement talks and the time was decided for start of replacement talk. And if any student will not report on time, he will have to pay a fine of rupees 50, which will spend on students themselves.
Okay. Then, how about your career after you retired from IIT Roorkee?
Actually, my career started only after I left IIT Roorkee. I am pleased to tell you that I have credit of starting 4 universities.
Wow.
First, Modi Institute of Technology and Science, which was a deemed university, was set up by me.
Great.
And that was considered one of the best universities in Rajasthan. Later on, I moved to Bhubaneswar and I was Vice Chancellor of Shiksha Anusandhan University. That was again considered the best university in Orissa. Then I moved to Sharda University, where I was advisory chancellor, but I was responsible for setting it up. From there, I moved to IMS Union University, Dehradun, where I joined as pro-chancellor, and later on, I became the chancellor.
Great.
The 4 universities which I have mentioned, I was fully responsible for setting them up.
That's a very great job. And it's my opinion that as long as our faculties are intact, such as speech, vision, and all that, and mental, of course, we should give back to the society whatever knowledge we have got. In that way, I think you have contributed much to the society and to the country. And what are your present proposals? Have you any assignment in mind, or you would like to be a consultant and or call it a day?
Now I am leading a retired life, and I contribute whenever Institute of Engineers or any other organization is organizing a seminar or conference.
Good.
I am also member of Board of Governors of IMS Union University since I retired in 2018.
Great. So people will not allow you to sit quiet. Retired means retired. So you got fresh new
Very kind
tires
of you.
to.
Let me also mention that I had the pleasure and privilege of working with you in 1997, around 1997. And it was a great experience to work with you.
That's very kind of you to say. So, okay, sir, thank you for your very valuable time, and we wish you good health and peace, happiness, and look forward to meeting you whenever possible again.
Most
Thanks a lot.
welcome, and thanks for giving me opportunity to speak to you.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Welcome. Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you, Professor Jain. I'm sure listeners must have found your talk both interesting and motivating. Till we meet again in another podcast, this is Revati Bhaskar signing off. Bye.
You were listening to Covaivani podcasts from S3 Kovai Care, Coimbatore. Please contact 14567. I repeat, 14567 Elderline Helpline during working hours for any assistance relating to senior citizens. Thank you.